Alright, I got about 15 pounds of tomatoes in here. We're making ketchup for the first time. So this will be interesting to see how it turns out. I'm going to leave the lid on it for now, but I know I'm going to have to take it off after a while. Otherwise the liquid will not cook down. So we'll see. Alright, so it's been cooking on low for about 2 hours. I'm going to use my immersion blender and we're going to blend it up. And then we'll strain it after that. You're supposed to be able to blend it, I guess, enough where the seeds are blended also, but when I made sauce one time, the seeds were still there, so I'll probably strain it out. So this is a strainer I'm going to use. It's small, so it's probably going to take me a while to empty this big old pan full of tomato sauce, so I'd recommend getting a bigger one. Alright, so this is how much tomato juice I have after straining it. This is all the mash and skins that I got out of it. And then we're going to throw in the ingredients. We got some apple cider vinegar, molasses, coriander, which I've never used before. We got dark brown sugar, we got pepper, we got a couple cloves we're going to put in there. Garlic powder, it said granulated garlic, I guess that's it. Some sea salt and paprika. Okay, so I skipped a little bit of showing you, but I put 1.5 cups of dark brown sugar in there. This recipe is for 5 pounds of tomatoes, and I did about 15 pounds, so I'm tripling the recipe. Anyways, I put in 1.5 cups of packed dark brown sugar, 6 tablespoons of molasses, 6 tablespoons of this stuff. And now I'm going to put in, let's see, it called for 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, so I'm going to triple it. So I'm going to do 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar. Alright, that looks a little better. Alright, so now we're going to do it calls for 2 tablespoons of paprika for 5 pounds of tomatoes. I'm going to do 6 tablespoons since I have 15 pounds of tomatoes. Alright, so I got my tablespoon. Let's see if I don't make a mess here. It's a lot of tablespoons, right? This ketchup better last me a while. Now we're going to have garlic powder. We're going to do 3 tablespoons for the 15 pounds of tomatoes. Alright, now we need 3 tablespoons of sea salt. And I happen to have some here. We're all fancy up in here. I feel like normally we just do regular old table salt. Somebody gave us sea salt, or somebody shopped for it. Not me. We're gonna need 3 teaspoons of pepper. Teaspoons this time, not tablespoons. I love me some pepper. Now we're gonna do coriander. And we're doing 3 teaspoons of this. This is pretty thick stuff. Make it nice. One. Oh, see? Yeah, it's thick. Plopped. One plop. Alright, I think that's it for the recipe. But I'm going to throw in, I saw in another recipe, somebody puts cloves in there, so I'm going to just put maybe 3 or 4 cloves. Because this is all an experiment. I wish you guys could taste it when I'm done, but you'll have to try it on your own. But I'll let you know how it turns out. This recipe says to cook this on low for 18 hours or to the consistency you want. And I'm like, wow, that's a long time. But we'll see. I'll let you know how many hours I end up doing it. But you want to keep the lid, you can keep it off or just keep it maybe slanted. You want to get some, let the air, the steam come out. Otherwise, it's never going to thicken. Okay, I learned that when I was making my spaghetti sauce. So that's that. I'll let you know how long I cook it. So I'm done with the ketchup. Turned into barbecue sauce actually. Remember when it started it was way up here and now it's down there. It cooked for about 24 hours because it just wasn't getting thick. And I'm sure it has something to do with the type of tomatoes that we use. They were just really juicy tomatoes, more better for a sauce probably. So next time I do this, I'm gonna use some smaller tomatoes, not quite as juicy, and we'll see what happens. Even though it's not what I expected to happen, it does look pretty good, like the texture wise, I think, for a barbecue sauce. And it tastes good. It smells good. Interesting anyways. That barbecue sauce is so delicious, let me tell you. Even though it was a mistake and it was supposed to be ketchup, it's really good. Ow! I just laughed like a dummy. Look at this. I hope it goes through this funnel because it's so thick now. Wow. Look at that. Whoops. Show you how thick, look at how thick that is. Well, we got 4 big jars of, or not big jars, pint jars of the barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna put the lids on there. There we go. I'm gonna put the lids on there and I'm gonna water bath it for, I wanted to use these lids. Use the other ones. I'm gonna water bath it for 15 minutes in this here pan. Same water we use to sterilize the jars, I'm gonna use to boil these jars for 15 minutes. Okay, I put these, you don't need them too tight, but that wasn't even on there at all, so I need to make sure it's at least snug a little bit. So we'll do that about 15 minutes, and then we'll take them off, put them on our towel, and let them sit for 24 hours. This turned out really good. I'd recommend trying it out. It was supposed to be ketchup. I think it tastes like barbecue. My family thinks it tastes like ketchup, but they seem to really like it.